waved off via the foot from Kyle Fletcher.
Fletcher's going to regret that. He should have shook Willie Mack's hand.
Nice collar elbow tap here to start things off. You would think Willie Mack has the strength advantage, but I've seen Kyle Fletcher in there with some of the strongest men New Japan has to offer. It's the same in Ring of Honor as well. Fletcher stands about 6'3" with those deceptively long limbs.
Give the experience advantage to Willie Mack. Willie Mack is also really strong as well, strong and agile.
Nice side headlock takeover. Fletcher, don't mistake his youth with inexperience.
Right.
He's been wrestling since he's been a teenager, traveling from Australia to the UK. We first met him on a Ring of Honor tour in the UK, where he and Mark Davis fought the boys.
Here's the thing, tagging with people like Mark Davis, these guys that are veterans teaching this young guy, it brings you ahead of the program very fast because you learn from veterans like Mark Davis.
A nice drop down. We hope Mark Davis is doing well. Nice leapfrog and a beauty there. Up and over, look at the agility of Willie Mack. Both men going out of here. Inside wrist lock takeover. Shades of some of the lucha Willie Mack learned while in Mexico. And Casadora into the inside wrist lock takeover.
Willie Mack had to adjust with that wrist lock takeover.
Whoa!
Did it so perfectly well. Willie Mack not only controlling his body, but able to change at a wit's thought.
Just incredibly quick on his feet. The great balance, the great focus of Willie Mack. Mack now high cross body, the strength that we mentioned of Fletcher.
Are you kidding me right now?
Fletcher, who risked it all to move to Europe to chase his dream. The team with Mark Davis found himself at the top of the World Tag Team ladder in Ring of Honor, in New Japan Strong, in New Japan Proper. And now, the World Television Champion unloading on Willie Mack here. Willie Mack, no choice but to cover.
Fletcher also getting a lot of training from Will Ospreay.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, obviously part of the Don Callis family, but those ties run thick to Ospreay as well.
That Don Callis training, that's just, you know, it's bad icing on the cake, but it's just icing on the cake. Like Don Callis or not like him, Don Callis is a very smart veteran that knows the game. He knows how to point you in the right direction. I'm not a fan of Don Callis, but I know how dangerous he is.
Ooh! I'll tell you what, questions still abound about just how the United Empire will continue to take shape. But the big right hand connects the open hand to the chest of the champion for the challenger. The skin popping of Kyle Fletcher.
Those are some heavy hands from Willie Mack.
Oh! And Fletcher with the cover here. 2. We see Willie Mack now grasping for air, holding that jaw, making sure it's not broken.
Yeah, that was rare from Kyle Fletcher because a lot of times it's the big guy. I've been in the ring with guys like Shane Taylor, and the last thing you want to do is run away from a big guy and run back into him. But Kyle Fletcher showing he's the same way. It makes Kyle Fletcher even more dangerous with those type of instincts to be able to recover and attack that fast.
And Fletcher likes to soften his opponents up here, likes to maintain control of that wrist, go for those scoop slams. He loves that hammer lock jumping tombstone. I saw him do it to Okada. I've seen him do it to Tanahashi. And this is where it starts.
Yeah, and these picking Willie Mack up and throwing him down. He's testing it. He's getting it ready. He's seeing how hard would it be. How heavy is Willie Mack? What do I need to do to get him in the right position? You can see Kyle Fletcher grabbing that back, though. Willie Mack's heavy.
Willie Mack certainly with the size advantage here. Looking for a third, no one home. Fletcher trying to get the knees weak. Oh, shots to the jaw connect. Willie Mack staggered here. Scooping up Willie Mack, up and over. Swing and a miss, off the ropes. Willie Mack, big time clothesline. Plants the champion. The challenger's moving now. Spinning heel kick. Sends the champion down.
Willie Mack moving.
Whoa,
Yes, sir.
there's a scoop and a slam from the challenger. Returning volley. Crowd coming alive for the Mack. Oh, cannonball. Uh-oh. The Priest, it's your favorite dance.
It's the Mack Arena.
Standing moonsault cover. 2. Oh, 2 count only. Tell you what, Willie Mack, that's what they call functional rest. He was able to catch his breath, able to regain his strength, hit the moonsault there.
So many things that Willie Mack does well. He knows his position, he knows his body, he knows his endurance, knows where to put stuff at. Kyle Fletcher holding on.
And Fletcher, for the first time in this match, feels in danger of losing the title in his first defense on Honor Club here. Look at this wrist lock. Caught. Wow! Cobra clutch suplex there.
That little thing that Kyle Fletcher did, holding on to the ropes, it made Willie Mack anchor down on trying to shoot Kyle Fletcher off. Kyle Fletcher then starts waiting for the reversal to be able to inflict the damage on Willie Mack. Kyle Fletcher is smarter than we give him credit for, Riccaboni.
It's amazing. I think we all knew Kyle Fletcher had this level of potential, but you see that body, the frame, it filled out, the muscles bulging out, the mind reaching levels beyond its years, those years of international travel to Europe, to Japan, paying off. The big Mafia kick in the corner. Irish whip. You're starting to see those light bulb moments, those aha moments. Maybe one for Mack. Oh, goodness.
All right, goodness.
And light bulb may have been turned off there. Kyle Fletcher, look at the strength, the raw power of the brainbuster cover. 2, and that is not yet it.
I don't know how Willie Mack kicked that. That was a sheer drop brainbuster straight on the back of the head of Willie Mack. Willie Mack is in this match, but I don't know how much longer he's gonna last. That brainbuster has made a huge impact.
And this Ring of Honor World Television title bout, back and forth. The challenger persisting through the brainbuster. Fletcher for the first time looking like he may be winded.
You see the chest of Kyle Fletcher there. The hand press of Willie Mack on there. Willie Mack barely on his feet.
Oh, wow! Upstairs, Shining Wizard.
Willie Mack needed that. Time to recover. Time to get up.
Crowd coming alive here. Willie Mack, opportunity. Looking for a pile driver, perhaps. Oh, hanging on to Fletcher. Razor's edge position. Oh. Wow! Running buckle bomb. Incredible move. If Mack can find the champion, we will have a new champion.
Kyle Fletcher doesn't know what he is, Riccaboni.
Oh, these legs are grapevine. Willie Mack looking for that Texas cloverleaf here. And he's got it locked in.
That's indeed.
Amazingly smart move by Mack. All he has to do is sit down to sink it in. Oh.
You can see the eyes of desperation in Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher knows he's in a fight, trying to survive. This television title is so important to so many people, and Willie Mack is not letting this opportunity go by easily.
Certainly is not, as Fletcher trying to create space to get away from the challenger, who has been absolutely on fire. And pushing off those big, strong legs of Fletcher. Leg up, caught by Mack.
That was flush.
Second rope on the inside. Shot under the jaw of Fletcher.
Now Fletcher's trapped on the inside, sitting on the top rope. So many things that Willie Mack can do here. Fletcher only has one way to escape, and that's through Willie Mack's legs. What is he trying to do?
Well, Mack going up top, Fletcher! Whoa! Michinoku driver! 2! Wow!
That's the second time Willie Mack has been dropped on his head. Willie Mack is up, and I don't think he's in this for long.
Oh! Big kick there. Fletcher, hammerlock! Does he have the strength? Can he get Mack up? He does! Oh, teetering. Look at the struggle. You see Mack, the movement. Fletcher has to go to plan B. Oh, pile driver! Shoots the half, hooks the leg. That's it.
The winner of this match, and still Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Kyle Fletcher.
That's a smart man, Riccaboni.
Code of Honor waved off in a mutual status there. Christopher Daniels, the first man ever to wave off the Code of Honor back in 2002. And you think about the Ring of Honor World Television title, what it has done. Look no further than the most recent television champion who now stands as AEW World Champion. You think about men like Adam Cole, Jay Lethal, who have used that television title. Matt Taven to climb the ranks to become world champion. Same with Christopher Daniels.
Tell you, there's something about Kyle Fletcher, man. There's a confidence that he has inside of him, and I don't know if it's Don Callis or what he's always had because of the mentorship he's had grooming him to this point. But there is something in Kyle Fletcher that tells him every day that he is the greatest wrestler in the world, and Kyle Fletcher believes it.
Nice side headlock takeover there. 2 wins in 2 defenses, defeating Willie Mack in San Antonio, Angelico in Charlotte, the Bojangles Coliseum. It's Daniels here, 1, 2. And it's almost like you said, Caprice, he might not know how good he is, but he believes it, and he's getting even better every time he faces this caliber of athlete.
I can even see changes. Every time I see him, I see a change in his body. Look at how explosive he is. Yeah.
And the double bicep there. I know it's old hat at this point, but when I saw him break his ribs against Tanahashi and Okada, continue on and win the match.
Yeah, that's the part. It's like we haven't even seen Kyle Fletcher push for that place yet here in Ring of Honor, but we know even at a young age, this guy could break a rib and still wrestle.
Cover. Not only wrestle, but defeat 2 of the greatest of all time.
And win. There you go. That's what I'm saying, Kyle Fletcher, man. He could very well be the future of Ring of Honor.
You see right now, though, Christopher Daniels, who has held 4 unique titles, including that television title on 1 occasion, climbed the ladder to become the world champion at 15th anniversary back in March of 2017.
Nice. The good thing I like about Christopher Daniels is Christopher Daniels comes in with great game plans. With his match against Lee Johnson last week, working on the core, working on the breadbasket, working on the win. He's showing that as a veteran, you can break these young guys down, come with a game plan, stick to a body part, and that's exactly what Christopher Daniels does, proving that he is the general. He is the man in Ring of Honor still. You cannot overlook Christopher Daniels.
Now into the corner. Oh, shot to the midsection there. That was not clean, Kyle Fletcher. No one will ever accuse Kyle Fletcher of winning an honesty contest on that one. Second rope on the inside, up and over. Daniels rolling out, rolling through. Oh, wow. Goodness. And Fletcher, who was out-wrestled to start the bout, you could hear the frustration, has now found the advantage. He's found his lane. And if he plays his cards, he could be on the road to yet another successful title defense.
This elbow to the point of the skull, Riccaboni, that hurts. Everybody knows how it feels to hit a table or something for that point on the top of your skull. Just imagine a grown man, 220-something pounds, rearing his elbow into the top of your skull.
And it is Daniels now draped on that second rope. Whoa. And just now posing, taunting.
Yeah. And all of it at the right times, too. He has his opponent under control. It's Kyle Fletcher. And you can see Christopher Daniels almost barely standing on his feet. That ripcord slam holding on to the wrist. It's very smart movement by Kyle Fletcher. Not letting Christopher Daniels go anywhere, picking him right back up, staying in control. That wrist control is very important, Riccaboni, as you know.
Certainly is. Maintaining, holding on to the wrist. And asking for, oh, come on. That is mental. And this 26-year-old Kyle Fletcher from Australia, ooh, trying to get inside the head of one of the legendary figures here in Ring of Honor.
Daniels never going to say that, but you can see right now Kyle Fletcher has not let go of that wrist control. Oh, my God. These things are going in sharp. Breaks wrist control. Oh, there you go.
Flatliner from Daniels. And Daniels with the crowd behind him here, looking to make a move, looking to swing the momentum.
Daniels was just hoping for that wrist lock to be broken, and once it was broken, Daniels was able to hit that flatliner.
Now into the corner. The Fallen Angel charging in. It's Daniels, big back suplex there. Fletcher finds himself on his feet. Caught with the STO. STO. Plants Fletcher, the champ is down.
Textbook Christopher Daniels. Daniels back on his feet. Fletcher in retreat. Daniels up top, Riccaboni.
And driving the shots, and the positioning of Daniels is not allowing Fletcher to protect himself. That's a veteran move there. Those legs trap the arms, allow Daniels to get all 10 of those. Big kick. Fletcher reeling. And, oh, goodness.
Wow.
Hooks the leg, that complete shot, 2.
Second time Kyle Fletcher went face first. This might be the area that Christopher Daniels is working on the upper area, working on the head, working on the neck area. Yeah, calling for that.
Looking for the Angel's wings.
Yep.
And Fletcher's in trouble here. Fletcher, those arms butterflied. Wow. Daniels down, the challenger. Trying to get back to his feet, he does. Fletcher in the corner, up and over the champion. Rolling the challenger up.
Rolls
Look
through,
at the strike.
holding on, oh my goodness.
Whoa! A backdrop driver from Fletcher.
Fletcher stalking the challenger. That kick right to the face of Christopher Daniels. Right up here, sheer drop, yep.
Brainbuster, 2 and boom. 2 count only. Daniels found a way there. And all in minute caprice, I thought that was it. I thought Daniels was done.
You and me both, Riccaboni, and so did Kyle Fletcher. You can see in the eyes of Kyle Fletcher thought he had this match won, but he's gathering in his wits. He's keeping his poise about him, not rushing into anything, staying inside the match.
And I'll tell you what, I think Fletcher was onto something when he pushes the pace, when he gets that gasp, that burst of energy. There's no one who is better. He can accelerate the pace. Look at him do it here, that hammerlock. Look for the pile driver. Daniels with the counter. Legs hook. 2 and 0.
That was very close. Daniels up to his feet first, blocks the kicks, roll through again.
Daniels, arms butterfly, Angels, wings,
Make the
Angels,
cover,
wings.
make the cover, Daniels,
Champion
new champion.
2 and 0.
You can count on a malformed hand the amount of people that have kicked out of the Angels' wings. Add Kyle Fletcher to the list.
Caprice, I can only think of one. Jay Briscoe, that's it. And I'm sure there were others, but Kyle Fletcher adding his name to that very, very short list.
This shows that Kyle Fletcher is part of an elite squad. Right here calling for that best moonsault ever. Oh, right there blocking him. So many smart moves that Kyle Fletcher is making. For him to be as young as he is, he makes great decisions.
Oh! Chicken wing trap suplex there. And it's Fletcher off the ropes. Oh! Unprotected shot to the back of the head. Fletcher, we've seen this adjustment. When he doesn't think he'd hit the hammerlock, he goes straight forward. He goes right for the pile driver. Don Morocco style, too. That's it.
The winner of this match, and still Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Kyle Fletcher.
To have reached his prime, that is already a force to be reckoned with.
Well, you see the Code of Honor called off here. Blake Christian, who is challenged for the New Japan World Television Championship, who's challenged for the Ring of Honor World Championship, getting an opportunity here based on his tremendous independent record to see a waist lock. And Caprice, what are the keys, in your opinion, to this match here?
Give it all you got. Blake Christian doesn't get these opportunities all the time, and he will always make the best of them. From Kyle Fletcher, I stick to business as usual. I don't look past somebody like Blake Christian, because Blake Christian has the moves, has the onset, and has the durability to pull up an upset. So this cockiness right here that Kyle Fletcher has can cost him.
And the agility of Blake Christian, wow. Look at that, nice leapfrog, drop down, roll through. Kyle Fletcher, the speed of both men.
That's what I mean.
You gotta like the confidence right now, Blake Christian.
Both these guys have a lot of confidence in their ability, and it's part of their game, and I think Blake Christian is just sinking into it. Beautiful.
2. Wow. So close, maybe catching Kyle Fletcher off guard here.
I think that's what you alluded to earlier, Ian, is the fact that Blake Christian is now, he's bringing it in, he's honing it, he's accepting who he is, he's accepting this dirt under his fingernails, and it's getting them wins and great opportunities.
Just a tremendous series of victories on the independent circuit. Oh, Fletcher, that newfound power, really focusing on his strength, on his body, to complement the speed and the agility. We're gonna see the agility here as Kyle Fletcher going home into the outside.
Still landing on his feet.
Whoa! Oh. And Christian has Fletcher right where he wants him.
I'm gonna let you call this one, Rick Body.
Caprice, the Fosberries taste like Fosberries.
Wow!
Into the DDT. The Brill Bend drives Kyle Fletcher down.
Agility, body control. Great exclamation point made by Blake Christian. Rolling Fletcher inside. He's got to make a cover right after that. Nice.
Cover 2. I'll tell you what, the Olympics are right around the corner with that movement Fletcher has. If this World Television title shot doesn't work out, maybe he can qualify for the U.S. track team. Jeez.
That's who Fletcher is, Ian. He continues to move like nobody else moves. Now moving too much. Caught in the arms of Fletcher. Whoa. My God.
2. I'll tell you what, Fletcher has just been absolutely sensational. And it's going to take a flurry of sustained offense, I think, from Christian. Christian's on the right track here in this World Television title bout. Just 1 week from Friday, next Friday. Supercard of Honor, you want to be the man in the driver's seat to get the big title bout for that event.
See Fletcher there, he's probably bit his tongue, mouth busted open, realizing that he has a formidable opponent and taking Blake Christian a lot more serious, not rushing into him, putting him on side, trapping him inside the ropes.
Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. And you see Fletcher. This is a man, we've said it before, he was in the ring with Tanahashi. Okada broke a rib.
Yeah.
The Motor City Machine Guns, the third team in that match. He persevered through breaking a rib on the steel barricade on the outside to defeat the Motor City Machine Guns, Kazuchika Okada and Hiroshi Tanahashi. That's the kind of caliber of an athlete Fletcher is. Woo! And now that he's got the experience,
He can make that even better, but it's Christian who has all heart right now.
Showing all heart with the momentum. Cut off just short. That elbow right to the crease of the forehead of Blake Christian. You can see right there taking his breath. Kyle Fletcher regains his poise and continues on. The thing you talked about earlier of how much Fletcher was able to endure. Being able to endure that much is one thing, but now, Ian, Fletcher has something to fight for, to retain, and that's the World Television title.
Certainly has. You think about men that have held that. Look at Christian stalling out, popping up and over, grabbing just enough of Fletcher to drive him down. As you see, Fletcher, though, maybe didn't get all of what he wanted because Fletcher able to get back to one knee quickly. Big back elbow.
Christian was looking for Fletcher for that cover. Fletcher was not there, able to get out of the way. May have cost him right here. Return. You don't get these often. Blake making the best of it.
And Blake Christian moving with purpose here. Spear on the outside. Back to the inside for Christian. And he'll up the ropes. It's Christian with a flurry of offense. And this is the kind of pace Christian needs to keep up if he wants to be the World Television Champion.
Very smart move, throwing Fletcher back inside the ring. Blake Christian going to the top rope where he is definitely at home.
Whoa! Big time elbow to Blake Christian. Oh! Knocking on the doorstep. A millisecond away from becoming the 32nd Ring of Honor World Television Champion.
Close the gap, keep it going, put some more pressure on side of Fletcher, going up again without putting any more damage. This is very dangerous, Ian. Very dangerous to go up for the second time without placing your opponent back down.
Yeah. Oh! Fletcher closing the gap, splitting the distance and stunting the offensive run there from Blake Christian.
You are allowed one mistake to recover from it. Blake Christian recovered from one. He will not recover from this one.
Oh, yeah.
Fletcher's gonna take it home.
And Fletcher, whoa!
My goodness.
Brainbuster, two, wow!
The heart of Blake Christian on display right now, and you can see in the eyes of the champion, he did not expect that. That was a go-home shot that did not take Fletcher where he wanted to be.
Incredible resilience, but he may need to sustain another here. Oh, look at this, around he goes. And Blake Christian, wow! Plants Fletcher. And Blake Christian now up top.
Hung out to dry.
Whoa! High fly flow on the draped body of the champion. Fletcher in. Christian up.
Third time that Blake has got something on Fletcher on the outside and put him back in. Caught.
Cover. Two. And Christian, wait a minute. Two. It's Fletcher rolling up, rolling through. Oh, wait a minute. We've seen this before. Pile driver. Shoots the half. Two. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and still the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Kyle Fletcher.
Fletcher, like you said, Caprice, coming from the tutelage of Will Ospreay, of Jeff Cobb, of Mark Davis, you could certainly have a worse learning tree.
No question about that.
Cobb and Ospreay, two former Ring of Honor television champions in that. Listen to the crowd.
In the birthplace of Ring of Honor, Nigel, this Philadelphia has always been a proving ground, a place to cut your teeth, to show your wares. This could be the night both men show out and take it to that next level.
Only one man will leave Philadelphia tonight as the Ring of Honor TV champion, and got to be honest, my money is still with the champion.
Lee Johnson's had some impressive victories, Caprice, but to Nigel's point, Kyle Fletcher's been in a little bit of a deeper end of the pool. You think about his tag team bouts he's had against Okada, against Tanahashi, some of the great bouts he's had on Dynamite.
To me, I think that could be the kryptonite to Kyle Fletcher right here, looking past Lee Johnson. Lee Johnson 8-0 right now, but he became 8-0 or 9-0 after losing to Christopher Daniels, taking a loss from a mentor, from a veteran, and took that and catapulted himself into greatness, and now get a title shot.
Well, it's funny you talk about Christopher Daniels there. Kyle Fletcher refusing to shake the hand of Lee Johnson. Christopher Daniels, the first man in Ring of Honor history to refuse to shake an opponent's hand. That was what this company was built on. Fletcher perhaps feels he's bigger than Ring of Honor. How about that?
Right here in Philadelphia, that took place no less. Side headlock, Lee Johnson. Off the ropes, it's going to be the strength advantage from Fletcher, driving that shoulder through the chest.
There's some things that Fletcher just knows he has, and strength is one of them. Strength, speed, experience at such a young age, and the confidence right here has Lee Johnson taking second thoughts. Switched behind by Johnson.
And Johnson looking for these quick bursts, but Fletcher's going to be able to keep up with it. Leapfrog, drop down. It's been an advantage for Johnson. It may not be as big as an advantage as it has against some of his other competitors, but he certainly has the champ in the corner, rattled here.
Well, you have the champion, and Lee Johnson being smart, staying on the champion, not rushing into anything, keeping the champion in the corner. Watch this chop. Yes, sir. I like it.
Listen to the chop. I don't know about watch it. Like the crack of a whip.
In North Philly here, they heard it over in West Philly. As Johnson, and they're feeling it on the Schuylkill here.
Feeling like that earthquake they had earlier today.
Oh my goodness, my whole house shook.
Tell us what it feels like to be chopped like that, Caprice.
Oh man, it's your blood vessels popping in your chest. It stings, it continues to sting, takes the breath out of you and frustrates you at the same time, but it can also wake you up.
Oh, look at the strength, the Protostar! Swing out! God. Swung down goes Johnson.
Fletcher trying to put Johnson to sleep. I don't know about wake him up.
We're going to take a look at the replay. Kyle Fletcher, who was known early in his career as a high flyer, now look at this power, Nigel.
He's put a lot of size on since those early days, and he used that power there to his advantage.
And back to live action. It is Fletcher with Johnson in the corner. And knife heads chop. And it's interesting, both of these men the same age. I would argue Fletcher dove in full force, though. He left his home, went across 2 oceans to the UK. Actually competed on a Ring of Honor card in 2017 as a teenager.
He was so young, and you see him now. That was almost 10 years ago, and you see him now. You can't help the course that you've crossed right here, but right now, you can see Lee Johnson in the same ring with the same opportunities to make a big chance out of himself and become Ring of Honor television champion. Running away from the champ is a mistake, though. That elbow to the face of Lee Johnson's levels Lee Johnson, and you can see the determination of the power of the Ring of Honor television champion.
Let's take a look at that power again if we can. Just watch here. A big man from Australia. Bam! Sending Johnson down under.
And that inertia, that forward force, Johnson's head was continuing to move forward as he ran into that elbow. Standing switch into the roll-up. 1, 2.
Lee Johnson still in that thing, trying to make the pins count, and that's how you can win a match. It only takes 3 seconds.
Oh! Charging in with the chop, trying to use those fast feet. Fletcher now into the corner. Driving in with the open hand again. It's Johnson. Irish whip counter now. Fletcher charging in, up and to the outside. Oh, he smacked his head hard. That head crashed into the apron.
Lee Johnson picking up the speed in the match, picking up the speed and changing the pace. Maybe what Lee Johnson needs to stay in control.
And Lee Johnson here has the champion in his sights directly in front of the announced position.
That's why I'm going to slide over.
It's Johnson. Takes a leap of faith.
I'm back.
Giving it up, giving it his all, as you see this massive record-setting Philadelphia crowd for Ring of Honor. Our opening contest with the television title on the line. Looking to go to the outside. Oh no.
Johnson hit the barricade first and then went to over the barricade.
And we talk about how dangerous those barricades are. Nigel, it was in a match, in a tag team match with Okada and Tanahashi, where Fletcher broke his ribs on the barricade.
Wait a second.
Don't you dare tempt fate.
Oh, goodness.
Watch this.
Wow!
I hope you can read lips, because I ain't translating.
Big man, big match, big moment. We take a look at it again. No translation needed there.
Look at this perfect execution. Oh, took off with some pace. Taking down Johnson. How smart is Don Callis to add this young man to his family?
You know what? I can't disagree with you there, Nigel. A very good pick right here in Kyle Fletcher.
How jealous are you, Caprice?
I'm not jealous,
Fletcher?
man. I'm in the right place, but Lee Johnson can still be in the right place.
Double underhook into the back suplex. 2. Great move that we haven't necessarily seen before in Ring of Honor from Fletcher.
That's 2 moves we necessarily hadn't seen from Fletcher, but we have seen the heart on display from Lee Johnson, and that's what's happening right now. Johnson's still in this match.
Big stage. Kyle Fletcher bringing out the big moves.
And Fletcher, who is undefeated in single competition under the Ring of Honor banner, certainly testing himself in the deep end in AEW New Japan and right here in ROH. In control now as Johnson trying to fight back.
You see Fletcher looking at Johnson fighting. That's frustrating right there, and you give him the best shot, he's still there. The chop's landing, though. Johnson not giving up.
Open hands, Irish whip, counter, ducks the right. It's Johnson, neckbreaker.
I tell you what, where you pull the head, the body's gonna follow.
And it's Johnson down to one knee. Big time PK. Standing moonsault. Hooks the leg. 2. And Nigel, a little bit of a loose cover there. Do you think he should have went for the grip, the hand to wrist grip there?
Sometimes, yeah, the tighter a grip you can get on your opponent, the more energy they're going to have to expend to kick out. But Johnson, with his explosive style, a swaggering attitude, if you will, would be a great Ring of Honor TV champion, but he's got a huge test ahead of him still.
I agree with you there, Nigel. The switches here. No man in control. Switching it to the suplex.
Look at the power.
Very smart move by the champion. Ending the game and regaining control is Kyle Fletcher.
Time and again, Fletcher has stepped ahead of the competition. Time and again, Lee Johnson is playing catch-up.
Yeah, he's been playing catch-up for the most of the match. You're right there, but he's still inside the match, and the confidence of the champion continues to grow, and you can see the challenger crawling to get to his feet.
And it's Fletcher charging in, no one home caught. It's Lee Johnson rolling Fletcher through. Ducks the right, Johnson back to his feet. Has Fletcher, Blue Thunder, 2, hit it.
Oh, that Blue Thunder bomb called back to Christopher Daniels there.
Taking a page out of the former world champion's playbook indeed. And Johnson here catching his breath. Do you think this is the right move, Nigel, to try and slow the pace and wrestle at his own pace here?
Johnson seems a little bit stunned. He's unsure what to do next.
Yeah, it's almost like when you throw your best out there and it doesn't get you to win, you're figuring out what's next. What he has to do is keep it going. Don't let the champion recover, though. You have a short window.
Big boot there. Oh, cross kick.
Money. Aussie. Oof.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. As Johnson, second rope on the inside, all the way up top here. Big backflip off the top. Lee. Oh, caught. The Proto Star. Sending big shotty down. Super Falcon Arrow. 2, and that is not enough.
Wow, I thought that was it. I was holding my breath, thinking the match was over. Lee Johnson still in the game. Let's take another look at that.
Well, this is the reason why Fletcher coming so close. Strength again from the champion. An awkward landing for Johnson. Just watch this. Not a lot of mustard on that kick out. And Caprice, I know you like your mustard.
Well, but you know what you said, the right thing. That awkward landing does so much, jars your spine.
And now Fletcher maybe looking for that pile driver move. He's won almost all of his Ring of Honor singles bouts with.
You see Lee Johnson doing his homework, not letting that happen, having to be broke back down as the challenger and the champion tries again.
And Johnson, whoa! Hurricane Runner driver, 2, and we're on the doorstep of an upset there, of a new champion. Thrust kick, Johnson staying on the champ now. The challenger unloading, Nigel.
Right on the jaw, champion's down. This is your chance. Take your shot, Big Shotty.
Now on the outside, climbing, second rope, all the way up top, Caprice.
Up to the top, he has a short amount of time. The champion is up. Hung out to dry is the challenger.
Close the gap, close the distance, and clip the legs. And it's the Proto Star, Kyle Fletcher.
My goodness.
Johnson out. Head in the second row and driven down into the mat, the neck, the shoulders, the spine, too.
That's it. This is what the champion is doing right here, staying with the challenger, going for the finish.
Oh, looking for that big power bomb. Johnson trying to fight out. Oh, goodness. 2. No!
How in the world is Johnson still in this match, Nigel?
Take a look on the face of Kyle Fletcher. That says it all.
He has expended every weapon in the arsenal, Nigel.
Well, absolutely, Fletcher put everything into that powerbomb. He made Johnson think about it for a good 5 seconds before driving him into, dare I say, through the mat. And we're just getting started.
Our opening contest here, Fletcher, the champion, first back to his feet. And it is Johnson who assures referee Brandon Martinez he is still good to continue after that barrage. And he can't even put weight on that left shoulder, Caprice.
He can't put weight on it, but the champion is realizing that the challenger is not going to go away easy. The champion is saying, if you want me to put you away, that's exactly what I'll do. But Big Shot is taking all the shots he can right now, Nigel.
But still, valiantly trying to get to his feet.
Yeah.
I wanted more. What is this?
Goodness. Echoing through the rib cage.
Oh, we've seen this before. This is how Johnson charges up. Oh, he caught the right leg. Big shotty now. Forearm. Oh, goodness.
Get on it, mate.
My goodness, Johnson's legs gave out before his head hit the mat.
And Brandon Martinez has got to make a decision here. Johnson's lights are out right now.
Johnson going to the outside, very smart move, creating that distance.
That left holder hanging on by just the tendons and sinew connecting that 3-pronged muscle, Nigel.
But look at the confidence of Kyle Fletcher. He is owning this match. In my mind, this man is a future world champion in any promotion.
You could say that about both opponents in the ring because all the punishment.
Oh, Caprice.
Wait a second.
Fletcher. Yeah. Into the pile driver. It's Shotty. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The big shot.
This could change the trajectory of the match right here. Big Shotty taking a huge shot right now. Definitely what he needed.
And there's any cut about it. Watch the back of the neck. Oh, and the head of Fletcher right into the apron. Is now the official. Up to 4.
And reminder, a 20 count here in Ring of Honor. However, we might be able to count to 100 at this point. Both men gave absolutely everything that they had. Caprice emptying the tank. And I got to be real, I think that was Lee Johnson's best opportunity there to just empty the chamber.
The thing about it is what happens next. The big shot by Lee Johnson here, dropping the champion on the back of his head.
And we are up to 14. There's a 20 count Ring of Honor. Title does not change hands. But we're up to 16.
I don't see this.
Oh my goodness.
Get in the ring.
2 seconds.
And we're at 19. We're at 19 and both men break the count.
tell you what, that says a lot about the champion right there, Nigel. The champion could have stayed on the outside of the ring, lost the match, and retained the title.
Exactly. You're doing my job for me, Caprice.
I call what I see.
He is a fighting champion.
And look at this, nose to nose. Forearms connecting. Oh, and Fletcher can't take full advantage of the height advantage here. He can't quite get the distance. It's Johnson with more direct hits. Oh!
Directly dunked.
Whoa! Right through the chest.
Every time we think Johnson is out, something else comes. Johnson is not down. I don't see
how. Wait a minute. Poison Rana. Fletcher's out on his feet. Fletcher's out on his feet. Oh! Fletcher. Wrist lock. Hammer lock. Could be the beginning of the end here, Nigel.
You want to see innovation? Just watch this.
Fletcher. Driving. Johnson skull to the mat.
Wow. Yeah.
Two. That.
Oh! Are you kidding me? So many people have failed to that power driver. And Lee Johnson is still in this fight, Nigel. What you got to say about that? You
Sit
never
down
kick that
before you fall down. We've just got started, Caprice.
I'm excited. I've never seen you kick out a power driver like that.
You clearly were blind then.
History-making night here in Philadelphia. And like Nigel said, we are just getting started. This World Television title clash is already one for the ages here.
Lee Johnson is showing something here. Win, lose, or draw. Look, he's dead weight. Carl Fletcher has given him absolutely everything. Lee Johnson refusing to go quietly into the night.
Second rope on the inside. Front face lock here. If Johnson has a pulse, if he's still breathing, he's still in this match, but he's in a dangerous zone here.
Johnson fighting back and has his legs laced under the top rope. Johnson ascending to the top. What can Johnson be doing from here? No way! Quit playing!
Super shotty destroyer!
Get ready to stand up again, Caprice.
Robbie! Champion! Cover that man! Cover that man!
One more for safety! With an athlete like Fletcher, why not? Frog splash! Hooks the leg! Cover! Two! And no!
I got to see that again.
I do. Can we get it up to the tray? Yeah, thank you.
Watch this, Nigel.
Incredible impact from the top rope, but didn't leave it there. Wanted more impact. Down to the midsection, the third time, and cannot get much closer without it being three. We are in for a classic.
What we are seeing here is a television champion that is not... Ooh, yeah. A television champion that is not going to go home easy, and a challenger that wants to go home with the title.
Looking for the big shot drop. Looking for the big shot drop counter. Looking for the power driver here. Johnson. Oh, darted. Skull to turnbuckle. And Fletcher keeps going back to this corner, Nigel.
Tied Johnson up. If he hits this.
Oh!
It's out.
Lights out. Lee Johnson perched up once again. And the wheel of fortune is turned on Johnson.
Fletcher definitely in control here.
Look at the strength. Oh! Twisting brain buster from the top. That's it.
The winner of this match, and still Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Kyle Fletcher.
Country, Australia, where UK, wherever they're from, you know, they come here and perform and they go home. And so those travel issues are real. We've seen that a lot happen in the past.
But thankfully taken care of. We can expect Kyle Fletcher often here on Ring of Honor. In his own words, intends to defend the title as much as possible. High waist lock there. And do you think there's a possibility? Kyle Fletcher has had this international success. He's been in the ring with Chris Jericho, with Tanahashi, with Okada. Do you think there's a possibility he might be looking down or through Rhett Titus here?
I don't know. I don't think Fletcher looks past down anybody any different. He looks down on everybody the same. He sees himself as who he is. So I don't think he just picks at Rhett Titus that way. It's whoever his opponent is because of how confident Fletcher feels in himself. But Rhett Titus knows exactly who he is. And there's a few things Rhett Titus does very well that if he hits, that's one of that pull-over shoulder block, that if he hits Fletcher with it and gets rolling, we're going to have a new television champion here in this main event.
Of course, the proving ground bout, if Rhett Titus lasts the 10 minutes or earns a victory, he will get a title shot against Kyle Fletcher. And Fletcher, oh, so quick.
Yeah, that's quick power. That's the fast twitch muscles that Kyle Fletcher has developed and has mastered to be able to stop somebody in their tracks like that in momentum and change their position in that body slam. Rhett Titus realizing he's got a big fight on his hands.
And both men, former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. Oh, goodness! Both men went on their own and became the television champion after their Ring of Honor Tag Team title reigns. Wow. Just look at the physique that Kyle Fletcher has earned. Cover here, one. You know, Rhett Titus absolutely shredded. Yeah. Probably the lowest body fat in Ring of Honor. Kyle Fletcher, though, putting on, what do you say, 15, 20 pounds of muscle. You can see it in his shoulders, his chest, everywhere.
And I think if you know the Kyle Fletcher we knew years ago compared to now, it's a huge difference. And Fletcher knows that it's changed his offense, going from high-flying style to more ground-based and technically imposing style now, just like that right there.
It certainly helps to have Don Callis in his ear as well as a member of the Don Callis family. Titus up to his feet.
Well,
right arm caught. Look at this. Great counter here. Titus.
Watch this. Slingshot suplex. When the last time you seen that one, Riccaboni?
And into almost a falcon arrow there. Well, that's the thing with Rhett Titus. That's shades of Tully Blanchard. Shades of Magnum TA with the belly-to-belly that Titus likes to hit. And just a classic drop kick with those legs that can squat over 700 pounds.
Rhett's found his mark right there, the lower back of Fletcher. And Rhett will continue to invest in that lower back until it pays off. Watch this backbreaker coming up. I know my brother. Yes, sir.
Ooh. And driving the spine across the knee. It's Titus here in this proving ground bout in our main event. Wow! And coming through again with a big tie boot. The former World TV champ.
Fletcher's here, eyes wide shut.
Oh, but it's Fletcher!
Wow!
In the corner, it's Mayday. Fletcher, wait a minute.
Right.
Titus cradle, two. Oh. But right back to his feet, Kyle Fletcher. Back on the offense. Counter, wrist lock. Titus, here comes the belly-to-belly. He got
Make
it.
that cover.
Hook the leg. Two, could it be? No.
Then Rhett keeping that close game, not letting Fletcher breathe at all. That half crab here. Right on that back. That belly-to-belly was in the back, and so is his half crab. Rhett Titus staying on the back of Fletcher.
And the professional Rhett Titus looking for the half crab into a knee bar. Maybe no, it's Fletcher with a heel. Fletcher trying to get out of it. The heel to that taped shoulder is the difference there. And whoa!
Wow. Nice rip on that dragon suplex there. You can see Fletcher's proud of himself, but also seeing that he has to do something to Titus fast.
And it's Fletcher here. Looking for that dragon again.
He's not going to hit it twice.
At half dragon. Oh, goodness.
Proving me wrong in my sentence. Having Rhett Titus where he wants him, that's a dominant position to be in.
Yeah, but Titus is not completely down. If he goes for it a third time, I have to imagine Titus will have an answer. If not, this match is over for Titus as Fletcher. Oh, goodness.
I don't know, Riccaboni. Titus is worse for wear. And Fletcher's doing exactly what he wants to do with Titus. I think he's going to end it. Yeah, that's going to be it, Riccaboni.
Stack, two.
Yeah.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and still the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Kyle Fletcher!
In the sport, and Omega being one of them. Hold on a second! Wow! Kyle Fletcher jump-starting the match.
And if Mentallo was the key to Kenny Omega's success, he's going to need to really recover and regroup here. He was a true opponent in the ring. Over 60 times with Omega in his rookie and secondary years. Right now, though, it is Kyle Fletcher who's not looking to run out this 10-minute clock. He does not want Mentallo to get a shot at the World Television title.
Yeah, I'm sure Mentallo has been in this situation before, but Kyle Fletcher definitely not impressed at all. However, Mentallo being a veteran, there are some things that veterans can do out of nowhere that Kyle Fletcher's going to have to look out for, and if he doesn't look out for him, he could be surprised.
And speaking of surprises, you never know who's going to show up. 1 week from Sunday, AEW Double or Nothing comes to you live as a 2-count there from the MGM Grand Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. Tickets available now, and it'll be live on pay-per-view. If you can't make it to Sin City, join us live on pay-per-view. Fletcher getting comfortable right now. And, you know, with Mentallo, who's been in the ring, like you said, over 25 years, Caprice, this more deliberate pace, he might want to speed things up here.
Yeah, you never know what Mentallo's thinking, especially somebody like this. But Kyle Fletcher is doing the same thing he always does. Has him up here. I don't know how he's going to drop him. He's dropped him sheer before or flat on the back. Either way, the blood is rushing to the head, and Fletcher is in control.
And I certainly stand corrected. This deliberate pace is favoring the champion here. As he slams Mentallo down through the mat cover. 2.
So much that blood rushing to your head, Riccaboni, landing is like flat backing in the pool. And then on top of that, the pool gives away, the ring does not.
Ooh. And Fletcher has been on an absolute tear in Ring of Honor sanctioned action, defeating Rhett Titus a few weeks ago, Lee Johnson at Supercard of Honor, and Blake Christian, who's having a stellar Best of Super Juniors in New Japan right now. But Mentallo does not want to see his name added to that list.
Yeah, it's going to be a... Oh, my God. Fletcher just a step ahead. It's going to be a great episode, Riccaboni. We got 2 more Proving Ground matches, 2 more champions we're going to see here on Ring of Honor.
Wow, and Mentallo looking to make it the first of 3, perhaps, to earn a title shot. I'll tell you what, we'll see Jason Geiger and London Lightning later. Oh, big kick there. And we will see Nicole Matthews returning to Ring of Honor in our main event. But hold that thought, because Mentallo, he may be going for broke here.
Wow! Beautiful moonsault. Rotating, the velocity on that rotation. Kyle Fletcher had nowhere to go but down, and that's what I was talking about with these veterans, man. They just pick their situations, pick their points, they take punishment, and they'll land when they can, but when it's time for them to land, they give it everything they've got, and that's what you see Mentallo doing right there. Even switching aside, Fletcher's looking for him on his left, but Mentallo's coming on the right.
And that's a great call, Caprice. Mentallo now going up top. Mentallo, this could be his only opportunity. Guillotine leg drop. Oh, but he landed square on that coccyx bone. Cover 1, 2. Ooh.
That's what they call them high-risk maneuvers. That leg drop definitely landed on the head of Fletcher, but also landing on the coccyx, like you said, of Mentallo. That's why they call them high-risk maneuvers.
But back to his feet right away, the challenger in this Proving Ground bout, Mentallo. Butterflying the arms here. What does he have in mind? Dropping the hips. Fletcher.
And
tell you what, I give... Forearm there. Mentallo, I give Fletcher a lot of credit after last night's Dynamite for accepting this bout. It's Mentallo. Palm strike!
Palm strike! Palm strike!
Oh, Mentallo looking to get the crowd behind him here.
Fletcher's on the prowl. Yeah, I saw it. Fletcher was waiting on him. You don't let Fletcher breathe. That's the great thing about Fletcher is the veterans that he hangs around. I'm sure he's listened a lot to learn about veteran instincts as well.
Member of the Don Callis family. It's Fletcher here. Dragon suplex. As we are over halfway into this 10-minute time limit. Fletcher.
Well, if Fletcher keeps on like this match is about to be over. Stakes up, he's gonna sheer drop him. Yeah, that's gonna be it, Riccaboni.
Fletcher, 2. Whoa!
Surprise on my face is the same surprise on Fletcher's face. The way Mentallo kicked out of that, he's still in this match, Riccaboni.
Certainly is. Mentallo here needs to dig down, needs to find the adrenaline. Fletcher with an all but certain death blow there on the brainbuster.
I tell you what, kicking out of a brain bust is impressive, but the damage is still done, and the champion is still stalking the challenger.
It's Fletcher here. Oh, looking for that pile driver. It's Mentallo.
Mentallo dropping that base, rolls in.
Casadora, 2, could it be? Mentallo, 2 7/8 there.
My God, that was a super near fall kick to the head. Mentallo back up. I have no idea how, but Mentallo's taking off.
Mentallo off the rope to Fletcher. Oh, God. The intensity of that kick. Just about took the head off, and now it's Fletcher, the World Television Champion. Oh, no.
One thing about this young man is he knows when to put him away, Riccaboni.
Pile driver. 2, and that's it.
Here is your winner, and still the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Kyle Fletcher!
Well, here in West Honor Club era of Ring of Honor, belt called for. And of course, this is a huge weekend, not only for Ring of Honor stars, but especially for AEW stars Caprice, because Double or Nothing is coming up live this Sunday from the MGM Grand Garden Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. Tickets available now, but it also be broadcast on pay-per-view.
You got to see Double or Nothing, man. That's going to be a big shot. A lot of things paying off there. The debut of Monet. But let's get into this match here.
I'll tell you what, it's amazing because you look at the career of TBS champion Willow Nightingale, making history as the first woman to main event a pay-per-view here with Athena. The current women's champion is Fletcher with a waist lock. And that, of course, leading to her growth as part of that triple main event this weekend.
Tell you what, I like the way that Kyle Fletcher's already owning the middle of the ring. And Kyle Fletcher, even with him being young, he has so much experience, and I think that's going to be the wherewithal in this match against London Lightning. London Lightning, a great upstarter, blue chip almost athlete, has so much promise ahead of him, facing somebody that had the same in his early careers. And I believe Fletcher's looking at Lightning that way and wanting to prove something to him. And this is the ground to prove it on, Riccaboni.
Yeah, you make a great point, Caprice, because we've seen it with Athena. Athena taking on some of these upstart competitors before they earn a title shot proper, keeping them out of the title race. Great exchange there, side headlock. It's Fletcher holding on his Lightning. Fletcher up and over goes Lightning, back on his feet. Double axe misses. It's Lightning. Look at the agility here up the ropes. High cross body. Cover. 1 count only.
Like the way Lightning's right back to his feet with that cross body right after the count. He didn't look at the referee, staying on the champion.
And we mentioned since winning the title, including that title win, 8 in a row for Fletcher, dating back before that 11 in a row total in Ring of Honor. High knee by Lightning.
And Fletcher's had a tremendous schedule as well. We see Fletcher on Ring of Honor. We see Fletcher on AEW. Nice pull over cross body there. Fletcher almost using momentum
to drop Lightning. You're absolutely right.
God! That was a brain buster on the outside.
Driving the skull of London Lightning. And those pads, Caprice, you and I both know, only about an inch thick.
It almost doesn't matter if the top of your head lands with the rest of your body in the air. The sheer drop force is enough to reset so many things. And Fletcher knows it, goes inside the ring and shows that he's more than willing to take the count out.
Certainly is. And with the schedule, I want to go back to that point, Caprice.
Yeah.
Like you've mentioned, teaming with Jeff Cobb on Dynamite, the long-standing feud with the Blackpool Combat Club has led to some vicious tag bouts. He's teamed with Takeshita's Lightning, trying to get back up to his feet.
You can see Lightning's left leg there staying straight, and that's involuntary, man. Sometimes that stuff happens, and you hit your neck and all that stuff, and there's certain things that just don't work for a while. Still keeping that left leg straight, man. It's little things like that. You can see him trying to stomp, get feeling back in, trying to work himself to his feet. Fletcher knows exactly what he has done and is willing to put the pressure on, taking his time at it, though. And it's almost frustrating to somebody like London Lightning when this tempo is shut down because you're not in control.
And look at this. The upper body, look at how put together Fletcher is. Oh, goodness. I remember meeting this young man.
Yeah.
He was 18 years old in the UK. He left it all behind. He left his entire world behind as London Lightning here in New South Wales, Australia. But it's the Canadian native London Lightning now coming full force here.
Oh my God. The speed that Fletcher comes behind, recovering, timing, fierce, accuracy, so much in such a short amount of time.
And he's added, what, 2 inches to his biceps, 3 inches to his chest. I mean, Fletcher is just absolutely jacked now, this man. You've seen him grow before. Still only 25. Quick body slam there. And Caprice, that's usually the setup. That's usually how he feels out his opponents to start to figure out if they're ready for that snap pile driver.
There is confidence exuding from Fletcher. And I tell you, Fletcher is the example of somebody that started right again. And someone says, hey, you need to do this. You need to put on weight. Okay. You need to add this. Okay. You need to learn this. Okay. And Fletcher has done everything he's been advised to do, staying around great mentors. And look at who is before you now. Third squat slam. Hold on a second.
London Lightning back up. Big right hands from London Lightning, who has Fletcher reeling. But a man who was staying broken ribs to defend the New Japan strong tag team titles. Oh, goodness, against Tanahashi and Okada. Still in this, but maybe not for long, as Lightning with a flurry of offense here. Big time atomic drop.
Every time we count Lightning out, he shows us that he's not finished.
Oh, nice drop toe hold.
Roll through Gator.
Wow. Holds the front face lock. And it's London Lightning with a little giddy up on the hitch on that suplex there.
Lightning trying to find lightning in a bottle, going for the ropes. I think he's taking too much time. Don't ask the crowd. Get up there and do what you need to do. You have a champion.
Oh, and he's far away.
Nice.
Oh, halfway across the ring, pointing the elbow into the jaw. Fletcher's rocked. 2. Love that cover there.
A lot of heart in that elbow. That was beautiful.
And the way he tucked the wrist, grabbed and locked his own hand to wrist. Nothing wrong with that cover from London Lightning. We are over 6 minutes in by my count as Fletcher kicking up there.
And I love seeing people like London Lightning in these single opportunities. Oh! Because we've been seeing London Lightning a lot of tag team action here in Ring of Honor, and to get him in a singles match, I know he's excited about it, but we also see more of him. Watch the champion fly!
Whoa! And that rocked Lightning. And Fletcher now, maybe looking across the finish line. He's got to start worrying about the time here. He's approaching 7 minutes. But he might not need that extra 3. As Fletcher.
The second sheer drop, this has got to be enough.
Cover 2.
What?
No! Wow! And look at that, Fletcher in disbelief, but it's London Lightning checking those digits, checking, making sure that feeling is there, dropped heavy on the neck.
So many times, it's the second time he's done it, but you're absolutely right, Riccoboni. And that's, you can see that left leg again, straightening out. This is not a good sign for this match. Definitely London Lightning, if it was a video game, he's definitely on red.
Well, this isn't fight forever, but London Lightning, all he's got to do is fight for another 3 minutes. That's all he needs to earn a title shot here. It's Fletcher across the chest. And now closing in. He's turning that 3-minute gap into 2 if he can hang on. Oh, God.
The constant pressure that the champion has been able to put on the challenger here. London Lightning again. As every time that the champion has tried something more than 3 times, it's woken Lightning up.
And look at this, the big forearm from Fletcher here. London Lightning, forearm connects, delivering.
Delivering champion, eating those shots there.
And we are approaching just 2 minutes left here in this proving ground match. By my count, it's London Lightning unloading on the champion here off the ropes. Kyle Fletcher.
Let's just get ready in this, Riccoboni. What?
Oh, counter, pile driver counter. London Lightning jumps down, cover. 2 London Lightning, oh goodness.
What a high stack.
Oh, and Lightning's back on his feet first.
Spine buster.
Plants the champ. And the champion has been planted here.
London Lightning, short time, getting the champ. If he can hold him here the rest of the time out, he not only can win, but he can earn a title shot, limiting the time.
Scorpion deathlock applied.
Champion looking at the ropes, so close but so far away.
And we are at about 90 seconds.
This is a time holder, if nothing else, Riccoboni.
And Fletcher has to make a move. Inside cradle here, 1, 2. Lightning scoots that shoulder out. Paul Turner, the best referee in the game, able to call that clear as day. Oh, Chris Adams style super kick there.
That's the smartest thing the champion could have done.
And
yeah,
pile driver. We have a minute left, but this could be it too. Oh,
wow. What a showing.
Here is your winner, the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Kyle Fletcher.
Referee Brandon Martinez calling for the code of honor, obviously now under the tutelage of Don Callis, adding an extra edge. It's one thing to be in the ring with Tanahashi, with Okada, being in the United Empire. It's another thing to have that in the shadows, slimy Don Callis.
You say what you want about Don Callis, man. He's not the greatest personality, but I tell you what, his wrestling career is one that I would listen to. He has a whole lot of experience. He knows what he's talking about. And Fletcher still finds himself in the right place.
As we look for a Greco-Roman knuckle lock, which benefits the amateur background of Dalton Castle, Fletcher finds himself in the ropes here.
Wow, he's talking junk now.
He said the idea is to catch me.
Yeah. There's one thing about being cocky, and there's another thing about being able to back up everything you say, man.
Going into the ropes is Castle, looking for the exchange out of the Greco-Roman knuckle lock into the waist lock. The chance indicative of Kyle's background in Aussie Open. Oh, look at this.
There you go.
And getting Castle's mind out of it, perhaps, is Fletcher.
And that's not easy to do, Rick Abana, because Dalton Castle is one that plays with your mind. So to get inside of his head, that's not an easy feat.
Well, Castle, of course, got to this point by winning the Fight Without Honor against Johnny TV, as we heard earlier. Picked up a series of wins heading into that bout. Castle, of course, the pedigree speaks for itself, but the existing winning streak speaks volumes of what Castle has done lately.
Yeah, and he felt he had that past him. He found himself in a bit of a qualm.
Of course, great Ring of Honor action figures available now from the Jazzwares Vault. The Young Bucks, Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, Claudio Castagnoli, and Danhausen, the latest addition. You can check those out. I'd love to see Kyle Fletcher and Dalton Castle behind those line.
My goodness.
And Castle planting Fletcher with a DDT. And Fletcher again smartly going to the outside there.
Yeah. Dalton Castle is winning these exchanges. He's playing the right game, and Fletcher continues to try to reset.
And that's a smart move from Fletcher.
Yeah.
Controlling the pace, controlling the breathing.
But I see Dalton Castle continues to stay in the ring, keep his poise about him as long as he continues to keep that poise and not lose it.
And Fletcher now leading Castle on the chase again. This time Fletcher, the right, blocked. Castle delivers one of his own. Now into the ring, charging in off the ropes, sent through the ropes. Now it's Fletcher off the ropes. Wow! And the back of the boot there on the leg lariat. And Fletcher making no friends here tonight in the crowd.
I don't think he's intending to, man. This guy wants to be the spotlight of attention.
Oh!
And he has everybody's attention. My perfect landing boot right on the face of Dalton Castle.
And if you're willing to call yourself the proto-star, when you give yourself your own nickname of that magnitude as Fletcher driving Castle into the barricade, you have to know what you got. You got to know your abilities. Fletcher, confidence in spades here.
Look at that.
Crowd trying to rally behind the #1 contender for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Dalton Castle, though, in trouble. He's holding that shoulder right now, Caprice.
Holding that shoulder, and this is where Dalton Castle wants to be in the title picture, the title that eluded him because of Johnny TV. right there can separate his shoulder. Immediate.
Oh, and Brandon Martinez right there to see if that is the case. And you're absolutely right. This journey goes far beyond and far back beyond his battles with Johnny TV. It was in that survival of the fittest caprice that Johnny TV helped distract Dalton Castle and eliminate him. Castle, in many people's opinions, was the odds-on favorite to capture the title that night.
And still my favorite. I mean, you look at Dalton Castle's championship material in all factors. You just wait for him to get a title back around his waist, but then we get this guy here that just has it all. And that's Kyle Fletcher, and he continues to surround himself with great people that makes him better and more intelligent and more of a threat. Oh my goodness.
And with that confidence, he has the rare ability.
I have no idea what you're saying. Oh, you can talk, you big cat freak.
Oh, come on. We might have to blur that out in our English broadcast as Castle. Volleying now. Big chops across the chest of Fletcher. Fletcher staggered, swing and a miss. It's Fletcher now so quick. Machine gun chops. Staggering the challenger, and now stomping down on the neck of Castle on that shoulder once again.
Yeah, Fletcher is relentless with his approach. And everything Fletcher does is with bad intentions.
It's the rare
blood.
Yeah, the bleeding now a bit is Fletcher. The rare combination of confidence, but also somewhere in there, the humility to be able to learn from Don Callis, from Will Ospreay, from Mark Davis, from Jeff Cobb over the years.
Yeah. It's a rare combination, Riccaboni. You're absolutely right. Someone with that.
Whoa.
What in the world?
Wait a minute, look for that. He's finished many off with the pile driver with Castle. 1, 2. Back up to their feet. Swing and a miss on the clothesline. Castle now off the rope. Ducks. Clothesline misses. Double clothesline. Both men are down.
Fletcher was definitely going for the finish there with that pile driver. Dalton saw it, able to avoid it, but you see right there the shoulder of Dalton Castle still in a lot of pain.
And both men here have to answer the in-ring 10 count from referee Brandon Martinez. As Fletcher back to his feet first, does not come into play now. Castle ducks down, drops the hips.
Yes, sir. All Castle has to do is get those hips lower than yours and you're going for a ride. Trust me, I know.
And Castle back up to his feet. And Castle now again.
You can see it coming, Riccaboni, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And he's looking to lock the waist of Fletcher. Take Fletcher for a ride again. Buy 2, get the 3rd for free. Fletcher in trouble, back elbow. Into the ropes. Castle back elbow from Fletcher. Castle staggered, the champ back. Wait a minute, bang! Could it be? Bang! Caught in the ropes, Fletcher.
Dang.
Wow. Great ring awareness, big boot upstairs. Second rope on the inside. Fletcher now. Whoa, look for the cutter.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Variation of the Oz cutter into the German suplex.
The strength that it takes to catch a grown man in that suplex position and continue to rotate him in the opposite direction, that's Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle has a core strength that is impeccable.
And he's maintained it through a broken back, through separated shoulders, through dislocated knees. This man has seen it all, and he's looking to see that television title for the second time. But it's Fletcher who drops down to one knee, blocks the bangarang, exploding on that exposed back of Castle.
Exactly. Fletcher not only does his homework, but he also knows the targets of Dalton Castle and testing every bit of them.
Castle now back up to his feet. The challenger charges in. Champion Olay into the corner. Up, wait a minute. Looking for the bangarang again. It's Castle. Oh. And Fletcher now looking to go all the way up top. Oh. And Fletcher sent down across that top rope. It's Castle now.
Off with his head. Give him the knee. Take it off. Yes, sir.
The champion has been leveled. The challenger stands tall.
This is the best TV you're ever gonna get. Right.
And it will be the best show Castle has ever seen if he can win. Oh, goodness. Wow.
Like a half Nelson drag him to the outside of the ring. Castle landed on his head, on his neck. See the thin padding on the outside. You got a 20 count.
And Caprice, that might have even, the wherewithal of Fletcher to grab something, to grab anything, and he changed directions of this bout with one move.
That's what I mean about this young man. So many things he just does right.
So many wrestlers his age would have overthought that, tried to grab something specific. He grabbed anything, delivered. Kick through the chest. It's Fletcher, brainbuster.
Sheer drop, it's gotta be enough.
Cover, 2, no.
Wow.
The challenger finds a way. And Castle, though, is in danger now. We rarely see Castle this dazed, planted on his head. Caprice, the challenger may have kicked out on adrenaline there.
No matter what he kicked out on, he is still in the fight.
Really? This little peacock? This little dumbass peacock?
Fletcher's mindset and face expression says, oh, you're gonna kick out on that? You need more? I'll give you more, willingly.
And now the champion looking to defrock his toughest challenger to date, his most accomplished challenger today. Wait a minute! Pile driver, bangerang, no! Pile driver, no! Bangerang, here we go! Here we go! Oh, it's back! The champion, pile driver, no! We're going back and forth! Castle with the momentum! Fletcher's hands are unlocked! Wait a minute, slides down! It's Fletcher here! Cover! 2! Oh! And that left arm was trapped. They thought it was it. And now back to the pile driver. It's back to the bangerang. It's Fletcher over. Fletcher dropped down. Cover. Gonna be 2 and 7/8. It's the challenger back to his feet. Super kick from Fletcher. Caught. Back elbow. The challenger's still in this. The champion's dazed. It's Castle off the rope, but caught by Fletcher.
God, this is a main event.
And look at the Proto Star. Oh, God.
To the back of the head. It's gonna work this time.
Wait a second.
Pile driver, double leg. 2 gonna be, yes, no. 2 9/10.
Thought he had him.
It's Fletcher now. Look at that pile driver again. This time. Sends Castle down. Spikes him. 2. That's it.
Wow.
The winner of this match, and still Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Kyle Fletcher.
8-man tag. Wait a minute. Oh, goodness. Big shotty. Not waiting for the bell.
He's taking the big shots before the bell rings. Landing on his feet as well, getting the champion inside the ring. Fletcher doesn't know what hit him. A big shot he does.
Oh, Blood Thunder. Blood Thunder, could it be? 2.
Trying to get that fall fast is what Shotty's trying to do. He's got 2 falls to become champion.
Well, let's talk about that 2 out of 3 falls, Caprice. It was always the Briscoe strategy to get that first fall as quickly as possible. They'd put the pedal to the metal. Historically, they won 5 in a row in 2 straight. That used to be their mantra. They went on quite a run. Lee Johnson looking to do maybe the same strategy here. Look at that!
First fall matters. That was amazing. Let's see that again.
Oh, we got it here as Fletcher looking to catch his breath. Lee Johnson. Hopefully the cameraman's okay on that one. And as Fletcher, the ribs. Oh, these are these ribs that we talk about. Historically, Fletcher broke them just 18 months ago against Tanahashi and Okada. Oh, God.
You can see right now in the eyes of Lee Johnson doing whatever it takes to win. I tell you, if you remember how they got the championship, how Fletcher got it, the show that was put on, and we get to see a better one tonight because it's just these 2. I've been waiting for this opportunity.
Oh, certainly. We take you back to Final Battle 2023, the first time ever a championship was decided in the Ring of Honor specialty bout, the Survival of the Fittest final. It was 6 men, single elimination, and it was Fletcher who outlasted everybody, but it was Fletcher and Johnson who had quite a showcase before Fletcher ultimately ended up securing the last elimination and winning the title. And then as we moved on to Supercard of Honor, Fletcher offered Johnson, who was 9-0 to that point, a title shot. Oh! Johnson hung on more than his own, proves he was championship caliber.
Both men got to have it in their minds that the winner could head to Mexico. Ring of Honor World Television Champion to face Atlantis Jr.
Yeah, Fletcher climbs right back up, gets another shot. And Fletcher has more to prove. I mean, Johnson has more to prove than anybody else because Fletcher's right. Fletcher's given this opportunity because he's asked for it. Oh! And Johnson knows he's been beaten by the champion twice.
And Fletcher just, that his mind corrupted. Oh!
Oh my goodness.
By
you hear the ricochet off the guardrail there. Nothing but still an opportunity. It still always wins.
And Fletcher with the new ink you see on the left arm. Yeah, he said some really interesting things. He was promoting, oh goodness, AEW and Ring of Honor in the Chicagoland area. I saw him on the local news. And he was sincere in his belief that he would be one of the greatest of all time.
It was hard to dispute that when you have somebody as young as Fletcher is, with the momentum that he has, and I keep talking about the caliber of the mentorship that he constantly puts himself under. And if the guy's Briscoe now and the champion is still learning, he's a threat right now and continues to get better.
Finding voices that have been there before, that have felt the pressure, that know what that pressure feels like, and willing to listen.
Yeah.
It's funny, this outward attitude is, you know, maybe indicative of some of the teachings of Callis, but he's at the gym every day. He's watching tape every day. He has not, and look at this, oh God, he doesn't take for granted some of these younger challengers that have been on his docket. And he himself is what, 25, 26 years old?
Yeah, very young and ahead of his time, his career, but he's ahead of his time because of, like you said, the tutelage that he's under. But you know, there's a lot of people that have great talent and they feel like they know all they need to know, so they don't listen. But that is why Kyle Fletcher's so good, because he knows he has talent, but continues to listen and does what he wants, not what the fans want.
Dictating the pace, dictating the style.
And I tell you, still gaining size, man. This is not the same Kyle Fletcher that came to Ring of Honor a few years ago.
I've told the story before. I remember meeting him in the UK, he and Mark Davis. He couldn't have been more than 18 years old. Ooh.
He's a kid.
He was 160 pounds maybe, and this guy, he just put together. As Johnson now trying to fight back here. Clearly with the advantage. Fletcher, one of the things he's done so well, Caprice, is he's slowed down matches. He's found that confidence and control the pace as Johnson drops the hips, the knees, blocking the suplex here.
Yeah, that's controlling the pace, dictating the pace as well, breaking the mentality and momentum of his athletes at will almost. So Fletcher's almost had that Captain America experience with his own body, being a smaller person and able to maintain the fluidity that he had when he was young. Johnson with that drop kick that he needed.
And we can't overlook the gains that Lee Johnson has made. The confidence, the speed, the agility, the power, the wherewithal to fight back and fight out of that. The separation created, the drop kick through the chest. And it is now two men who are becoming rivals here in Ring of Honor. With this first fall still in the balance here.
The thing I like about Johnson is if he takes a loss, he continues to get better, continues to rebuild.
Oh, running through, big time knife edge chop there. Irish whip now reverse. Down he goes, ducks the clothesline, big neck breaker. Johnson here with an opportunity to.
Tight cover, it's not enough, taking that breath, taking to say, don't rush, take your time, stay in the game. That's exactly what Johnson's saying right now.
You see Johnson now, very smartly in my opinion, trying to control that breath, get that breath rate down. But keep that heart rate up. Get those big breaths when you can. Store that oxygen so that when you need to explode, you can. He's looking for the big shot drop here.
Too high. Too high. Yeah.
Oh, Good call out there, Caprice. The kick, though, caught by Johnson. Waistlock here. Standing switch. It's Fletcher. Fletcher with a half and half. No, back elbow. It's Johnson caught by Fletcher. Fletcher, this time plants the half drag and hammerlock suplex there.
That half dragon hammerlock suplex had a snap on it that was impossible to go against, impossible to block. Laying high on your shoulder blades on your neck area. Fletcher knows the damage that he has. Stalking Johnson in the corner.
Charge in! Fletcher looking to get the first fall here. No, wait a minute. Pendulum inside cradle. 2 gonna be. Oh! Bryce Remsburg, perfect position. Big thrust kick there to the chest of Fletcher. It's Johnson now. Up the jaw of Fletcher. Ducks down. Johnson rolling. Spicoli driver. Big kick through the chest.
Nice combo.
Could it be? 2. Wow. Johnson just knocking on the door right now.
We've been in this match, what, 7-8 minutes now. I haven't seen a fall yet.
And they are getting close. I mean, we two and 7/8 on a couple of these. Well, we talked about in that classic bout between the Briscoes and FTR. When you win the first fall, that puts you in the driver's seat.
It puts you in the driver's seat, gives you a little breather. But you want to end it fast. Punching in the back of the head right here is Johnson. That hurts.
Look at that, no one home. Rolling through, popping up. It's Johnson. Fletcher here. Oh, no. Whoa! Michinoku driver. Push Johnson, too, and that's going to be it. Oh! Wow!
You and I thought the same thing. I thought that was the first fall. Perfectly executed, perfectly pinned position. Johnson kicking out with all the heart that he has.
And it's amazing here because now Fletcher, you can see some of the doubts setting in. Oh, and now, and Fletcher, I don't know if he was taunting Johnson by doing that punch to the jaw. I don't know if that's a natural reaction. Fletcher here.
He's trying to get all the shots you can, and now I think Fletcher's being frustrated by Johnson because Johnson will not stay down.
Oh! Great exchange there.
But Fletcher will always give it to him.
Big time clothesline, both men out to the outside.
My goodness. This shows how important the Ring of Honor television title is to these athletes. Right there, if your jaw gets knocked out of line during the match, Rick O'Brien, that's the most frustrating thing.
I've had that happen. It disrupts your eardrum. It disrupts your equilibrium as Fletcher trying to plant Johnson on the outside here with a power bomb. Johnson grabs the ropes. Great awareness.
Yep.
Ooh. Mule kick to the jaw.
Watch this. No hands.
Wow.
Wow. You see him catch Fletcher, drive him down the rest of the way, shoulder and throat, chest area.
And I'll tell you what, when that kind of impact happens, Caprice, you and I both know, it makes those knees go left to right. It's an underrated element of those moonsaults. When a man is prone like that, those knees are going to try and stabilize, and you could blow somebody's knee out by hitting the moonsault like that.
You can see right there, Fletcher holding on to the ropes, not going on the inside, trying to make Johnson work a little bit harder, but it's also helping Fletcher recover. Johnson trying to close the distance to the gap, but falls into the trap of the champion. Champion looking on the outside of the ring. What does Fletcher have planned? No way. Oh my goodness.
God! Brain buster on the apron. Skull to canvas, Fletcher. The extension.
Oh, that's got to be the first fall.
2. No! Whoa!
Look at the eyes of the champion. That's unbelief setting in. What do I have to do to put this guy away? Look at this power bomb.
And did you see the elevation, the extra extension? How many Arnold presses in the gym do you have to do to have that kind of control on that extra oomph, that extra lift that gets the extra drive to just drill Johnson to the mat?
But before Johnson had that, he took that sheer drop on the apron. My goodness.
Oh, no.
Fletcher's going for it again.
Wait a minute. Johnson, 2. Oh, Johnson almost pinned the World Television Champion.
Johnson always looking for that pinfall. Very smart.
Oh, no. Oh, power driver countered again. Johnson, big top drop. No. And it's Fletcher looking for it here. Up and around. And, oh, God.
It's the third time Johnson has hit his head. These headshots, it's like Fletcher's a headhunter. And not stopping.
Followed up by the kick.
There's no way to come out of this. That's the first fall. That's gotta be. Yeah.
2. What? No! Johnson hanging on by a thread in this first fall. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Shoots the half. Cover here. 2, 3.
The winner of the first fall, Kyle Fletcher.
Unbelievable resilience.
How many sheer drops to the head did Johnson have to take before that first fall? First fall earned by the champion.
We take a look here at what led to that first fall, that pile driver. Now, Fletcher, as strong as he is, you can tell he's physically worn down. He could barely hold on to the waist at that point of Johnson because that was a ferocious exchange. Power and sweat is flying off of everyone. So you got to wonder what that took out of Fletcher. But to your point, Caprice, those repeated shots to the head. If you're referee Bryce Remsburg, I think you gotta talk to Lee Johnson here in this cool down period. Can he compete in a second fall?
Well, if he's moving, he can compete. That's the type of man that Lee Johnson is. You see right there that leg dragging.
Yeah, and he's struggling to get back to his feet here.
Oh, so much punishment Johnson's taking, man. He's taking a sheer drop, brain buster on the apron, taking a pile driver, taking a power bomb and tombstone. That's so much, man. These kicks to the heads.
And Fletcher, as Johnson trying to get himself back into this match. Fletcher, just the trash talk. It's Fletcher here. Oh, God.
Well, Fletcher's the champion and Fletcher's in the driver's seat, man. When you get that first pinfall, that means so much to the momentum of the rest of the match. You got the challenger in the lowest position.
Oh, and even,
man. You know what? Talib's punching himself in the chin to get it up. And Fletcher's like, that's a good job. I help you with that.
It's the Australian equivalent of the Chapel Roan good luck babe right to the jaw. It is Fletcher who, he looked, a smug assertiveness. And I mean, this is functional too, though. Fletcher had to unload the chamber to get that first fall. If I'm Fletcher, I'm standing upright. I'm letting that torso go long. I'm getting the oxygen, and our referee, and Doc Sampson, it looks like in the ring here.
Doc Sampson's in there checking on, probably trying to talk some sense into Johnson, but as long as Johnson's moving, he's going to be fighting. But you can see that it's hard for Johnson to get to his feet, and it's hard because your knees are numb. You take those shots to the neck, shots to the back, and all. Your extremities don't work that like you tell them to. And Kyle knows that. Kyle's just waiting for the doctor to approve it. And Kyle's going to go right in for the kill. He knows the damage that he done is not going away anytime soon.
Oh, look at that.
Right
Back
in
to
for the kill
again.
Yep.
As this match will continue, at least for now, and Fletcher looking to put an end to that as Johnson now from face lock.
Goodness.
Not a, oh, God, we saw him go for this. That Supercard, that top rope brain buster.
No way.
No.
Up to the top. Johnson out.
And
there you go.
Johnson finds an opening there. Johnson now on hobbled legs, off the ropes. Clothesline, Fletcher does not go down. Another burst of energy. A clothesline again. Johnson looking for a third. Oh!
Wow. Turned Johnson inside out. Did Fletcher grabs that wrist control, picking Johnson right back up.
And looking for that long turn again. No. Oh, this time. Fletcher driven into the turnbuckle. Roll him. Go 2.
Got him. That's gotta feel good.
Second fall, one full piece. Lee Johnson.
Johnson knows it's possible, Riccaboni.
Certainly does. Lee Johnson has pinned the World Television Champion.
That's the first time I've seen Kyle Fletcher pin the Ring of Honor, and I don't know how long.
And Fletcher, and that's got to set some doubt. That's got to put some questions in the mind of Fletcher. Johnson, if he's got anything left. And it's Johnson back up to his feet. Both men breathing heavy. Oxygen and adrenaline flowing here. The forearm connects. It's Johnson. It's Fletcher. Johnson volleys back. This time Johnson with a block. Now Johnson unloading on Fletcher. The challenger now with it all tied up at one. Fletcher delivers on the forearm. Fletcher looking for the pile driver here. Looking for the power bomb. Up and over. Johnson. Oh, he plays the champ too. Gonna be no.
Johnson felt the spike the first time. He's not going to let him twice. And now has the champion in a bad position. Big shot. He's taking all the shots that he can. Heading to the top. And the champion is reeling Riccaboni. The champion's in a bad way. And the challenger's ascending to the top rope.
Certainly is. Fletcher, the champion, though, back to his feet. The agility like a cat. Up the ladder with a big kick. It's Fletcher, the World Television Champion, since final battle. Looking to fend off perhaps his most balanced challenger yet in Lee Johnson. The only challenger to have scored a pinfall on the champion in Ring of Honor. Second rope on the inside. Sunset.
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, God, the destroyer, but Fletcher finds his way to the outside.
Fletcher instinctively or luckily goes to the outside, but it doesn't matter because Big Shotty is taking the shots.
Oh,
What? Are you kidding me? What did I just see?
Let's see it again. Look at that, beautiful. I thought that was gonna be a sunset bomb. It was a destroyer, then inside out sunset bomb to the outside. Drives the shoulders, the air out of the carcass of the World Television Champion.
The champion is not moving. The challenger inside the ring. A 20 count would not get you the title. You have to get the champion back inside the ring to win it. That's what Johnson needs to do.
He might be
Don't
just
let
trying
the
to.
champion come in on his own.
I'm
Go get
hoping he's got the wherewithal to just get some air and go back out and break the count.
Yeah, he's going to realize it. He's got to realize it to go get him, put him in there. He's going to lose that title opportunity.
And Johnson, I think Johnson trying to get back to his feet as he notices Fletcher's not moving. We're at 17. And Johnson could win this match, but
he won't win the belt, though.
No, he certainly won't. It's Fletcher here. Fletcher doesn't want to lose the. Oh! It's Johnson. Big time kick across the jaw.
It shows how much of a champion Fletcher is, though. Fletcher wants this match to end inside the ring, and Big Shot is more willing to do it that way.
Whoa!
Beautiful press.
Flow! High fly flow off the top.
Going up again. Champion still not on his feet.
Frog
splash to the back of the. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and he's got to keep going. And good for you, Lee.
Don't stop till you get enough.
Frog splash air.
That's enough.
2. No.
Oh. I thought we had a new champion right there, and so did Lee Johnson. Take that breath, reset, and keep doing. You're doing a great job, Johnson. Stay in the fight.
Fans coming alive, and this match is indicative of the 20-year history of Ring of Honor. Two of the best young athletes mixing it up, giving it their all. We're approaching 20 minutes in this bout.
Wait a second. No.
Oh, and Bryce, oh goodness. Oh,
Wow. No. Bryce was doing his job, saying, hey, check the neck the same way that Johnson got his neck checked, but Fletcher taking advantage of that opportunity. The low blow.
And Remsburg.
Yeah, you don't recover from that low blow. That was a sheer shot.
Oh, unfortunately, none the wiser. Now planted up top.
No.
Fletcher, does he have the strength? Can he pull it off? He will close the door on this television title bout with the brain buster.
That'll do it, Riccaboni. I promise you that much.
That is it.
The winner of the third fall, the match, and still Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Kyle Fletcher.
Tonight's getting a historic match like this.
This is a class of champions if I ever seen one.
Oh, he's already calling himself Kyle Two Belts. As we await the code of honor.
Nothing wrong with confidence here, and you know what? Kyle can do it, man. Kyle has every bit of what he needs. However, Kyle has to realize who he's inside of the ring with. They've been familiar with each other in tag team competition. But I tell you what, singles competition, Mark Briscoe's a totally different man.
Well, think about the match you're getting here tonight. Of course, Jazzwares, the great company that makes our action figures, sponsoring Death Before Dishonor. Of course, they have exclusive Ring of Honor figures available in the vault. You should check those out, including the upcoming Briscoes Through the Legs, Future Shock, now available. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, look at that, Redneck Kung Fu, around they go. But that's all to say. Wow, great exchange there, wrist lock. Beautiful arm drag, into the head scissor. Great series of counters there.
Fletcher staying in the game there. Mark Briscoe looking great himself.
I'll tell you what, Caprice, we are just a block or two away. There was a department store called Hess's. They used to have stars like Marilyn Monroe, like Willie Mays, U.S. presidents come and light up the city. And tonight I'm so proud in my hometown, in my home city, that the fans are rallying behind the star that Mark Briscoe is.
And look at all the people in Allentown. Rick Bond, did you walk to the show?
Less than 2 miles away. I was born 8 blocks on this very street, Caprice, on Hamilton Boulevard. As the side headlock wrenched in.
Right here, Mark is realizing the energy that Kyle Fletcher has and is choosing to wear Kyle Fletcher down, maintaining that control. Great veteran move right here. Let's see what Fletcher's going to do here.
Oh, wow. Great side headlock. And ducks down. Kyle Fletcher snapping through, rolls through.
Oh, back to the head. Definitely ground. This is really frustrating to a rookie when you have a veteran that's grounding you, keeping you down, keeping you from moving, and draining your energy at the same time. Mark Briscoe playing a very smart game plan with the rookie here.
You love to see it.
With a younger guy, can't call him a rookie anymore.
Well, that's the thing, his world experience, this man, we saw him when he was 18 years old in his own right. We talked about Mark being a champion at 18. Off the ropes, oh, shoulder tackle.
How similar are the, how similar are the careers, is what I was gonna say, my goodness, of Fletcher and Briscoe.
Well, think about this as AEW prepares to go to Wales, Caprice. It was in Wales where Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher met for the first time on a Ring of Honor event. At that time, we pegged Kyle Fletcher as a future star, but he stood toe-to-toe with both Mark and Jay Briscoe and really impressed an international audience.
Absolutely, with Mark Davis.
Oh, look at this, exchanging here.
Goodness. But then Kyle Fletcher was 18 years old, and Mark Briscoe started his career when he was 16. It's so much
symmetry.
So much alike in the careers of these two. You have the young upstart that's young, but he still has veteran instincts because he's been in the game for a long time with great tutelage, and that's Kyle Fletcher. But then you have the one that was born for this.
And Mark Briscoe, who captured the world title from Eddie Kingston at Supercard of Honor here in Allentown, Pennsylvania now. Off the ropes. Wow!
Yes, sir. What you talking about? That's our champion right there, Riccaboni.
Look at that!
Yeah!
And like the great Hess's store once said, you'll get the best of everything in Allentown. That was the best open hand I've ever seen.
I tell you what, I've taken chops from Mark Briscoe. That chop right there make you change decisions in life.
And look at that, the thrust. And I gotta wonder, Caprice, we saw it last week. Atlantis Jr. made the challenge for the winner of Lee Johnson and Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher won that bout. Tomorrow night, we know the match will be Fletcher and Atlantis in Arena, Mexico. Do you think that Fletcher's stretching himself too thin? Maybe looking past Mark Briscoe. Will he do it as a double champion?
No, I don't think Fletcher's stretching himself too thin. He's young, he's vibrant, he's resilient. Oh my goodness, this is what the wrestlers do. And Fletcher's playing a great game plan right here by Mark Briscoe.
Wow!
Wow. Yeah, and how often have you seen Mark Briscoe be on the outside? This is Briscoe's territory, the outside the ring, and Mark Fletcher has just gotten the better of Mark Briscoe. Kyle Fletcher has just gotten the better of Mark Briscoe.
The last man to do that, to have both the world and television titles, Jay Lethal. Oh, goodness. And Fletcher You can't take him home. It's not an Iron Pigs foul ball. Mark Briscoe, though. This Allentown crowd here at the PPL Center. And that's, I see some friends in the audience there. And they are rooting for Mark Briscoe. But he's in trouble here.
They know where Briscoe's from. But you know, the last thing you could do is gives Mark Briscoe a chance to breathe. The cardio that Briscoe has, my goodness.
And Atlantis Jr., that match tomorrow is only for the World Television title. Can you imagine if Fletcher wins tonight, Atlantis wins tomorrow, and then Atlantis probably he would have a claim for the World title at Death Before Dishonor. This is crazy. Oh.
That's what this is a match that could have been at Death Before Dishonor as a main event, and we're getting it right now. Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine if we're seeing this here tonight on Honor Club, what we're going to see Friday, July 26th?
Fans, if you ever see Ring of Honor in your area, AEW in your area, you see how the fans and the action are so close. Don't you want to be in the front seat?
Caprice, this is my hometown. The fans are loving to cover. 2, I'm so proud that Ring of Honor has finally made it to Allentown. But with this marquee match, we talked about Bruno, Pedro, the Moondogs, the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika. We love you, Sika. Legends, Hall of Famers. And here tonight, maybe already a Hall of Famer, Mark Briscoe, and a future Hall of Famer, Kyle Fletcher.
I tell you what, I was looking at Kyle Fletcher's eyes, and somebody his age would have rushed into the champion. But the way Kyle Fletcher was able to slow himself down with a methodical approach against the world champion shows me that Fletcher's way ahead of his time.
And look at this. He's got the crowd here at the PPL Center in the palm of his hand. Oh, wait a minute.
The eyes, I know those eyes way too well. Mark Briscoe's not going to stop. This is a level change right here. Fletcher's got to do something fast or he's going to lose control.
And look at this.
There's nothing he can do about it.
Just as Victor Rivera did down at the old Palestra here in Allentown. It's Mark Briscoe coming alive, beating up the fans, exchanging forearms here. Briscoe, Fletcher, toe-to-toe.
Listen to the fans. They want Briscoe in there.
And look at this. Irish whip now reversed off the ropes.
The velocity behind that forearm. Square on the jaw.
Mark Briscoe, redneck kung fu in the corner, collapsing Fletcher. Front face lock. Fisherman Buster. Floats over. 2. No.
Beautiful cover, beautiful execution. Kyle Fletcher taking the business and still going with it. Mark Briscoe not afraid to put on more punishment, though. My God, those chops. I tell you what, man. People have no idea how hard Mark Briscoe chops.
And I hope I never find out as Mark Briscoe now. Front face lock. Oh, kick in the midsection. Mark Briscoe looking for the scoop. Big time slam. No, no one home. Up and over. Waist lock. Broken by Briscoe.
Watch his kick.
Pele. Fletcher stays. Wow. Roaring forearm.
I know what's coming up from here, Riccoboni.
Looking to reach for the sky.
What?
Oh, Fletcher back up. Fletcher. Look at the closing speed of Kyle Fletcher. Just planting Briscoe in the skull.
To have that type of closing speed, you have to be able to recover fast, too.
And look at this front face lock here. Second rope on the inside. The strike looking for that top rope brainbuster. No one home. It's Mark Briscoe now. Ooh!
Briscoe able to shift his weight, land on his feet on the outside. Rarely do you see anything like that done, especially with the knees that Briscoe have been through. But now Briscoe's in a weird situation at the top. He's gonna have to shift his weight. Now Cal's in a bad situation. Briscoe's in control.
Oh!
Fisherman suplex to the top.
And the welted chest and the glazed eyes of Fletcher tell the story. Both men down in this ROH World Championship main event in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
It was just last week. Fletcher was asking for the best competition, and I promise you, he's regretting those statements right now.
And this has been boiling over the last couple of weeks on Dynamite. We've seen these two men lock up twice in multi-man tag team bouts.
Second time. Marks on the outside. He doesn't even see Fletcher up.
So quick. Driving thrust.
No way. No way.
Oh, no.
No way.
No, Kyle Fletcher. Look at the pendulum. Mark gets out of it. Oh, right through the jaw. Wow.
My goodness. Fletcher landed twice.
And like the Moon Dogs used to do down at Ag Hall, driving the elbow through the chest onto the outside.
Oh, now Fletcher's in the right place. There have been many finishes from here. Fletcher has a short time. If not, he's going to fall victim.
Froggy!
Froggy!
No! Wait a minute! Cover! Two, get a new champion now! Two count. It's Fletcher to that closing speed, through the legs. Mark Briscoe up. Mark Briscoe now. Around. Caught!
No!
Pile driver by the TV champ. Gonna have a new world champ. Two, gonna be no!
In my head, that was all it was going to take. That sheer drop so fast out of nowhere, nowhere to prepare or recover from that. I'm surprised the world champion is still in this match with Kabani.
With his wife, his children, his nieces here as well. The entire Briscoe family has filled the PPL Center.
You can hear that Allentown has adopted Briscoe.
And Fletcher, though, the TV champ, sensing an opportunity to walk away with the two top singles titles in Ring of Honor. Looking for that pile driver. He beat Johnson with it last week. Wait a minute. Caught. Two. No one hold. It's Fletcher back to his feet. Big thrust kick under the jaw. Fletcher off the ropes. Caught by Briscoe. Briscoe has Fletcher now. Fletcher. Oh, it's for calling driver. Pops up. Pops through. Hops all the way.
Go for it again.
Here it comes, Froggy. Boom.
That'll do it, Rick Kabani. I promise you that much.
No. What? How?
You can count on a malformed hand the amount of people that have kicked out of the Froggy Bowl. Add Cal Fletcher to the list, but not to this list right here.
He's calling for the Jay Driller. Arms, double underhook, Jay, no. Around, wrist caught. It's Fletcher. Oh, that huge forearm by Fletcher. Off the ropes, Briscoe follows it with a forearm of his own. The world champion, the TV champion, off the ropes. Big knee catches Briscoe. Now off the ropes, Briscoe, unforced error, runs into the big size 14 of Fletcher.
How relentless is Fletcher? Not as relentless as, but you see the way Fletcher's head ricocheted off that turnbuckle.
Jay Driller!
Got him!
Cover! That's it!
Reach for the sky, boy. The winner of this match, and still Ring of Honor World Champion, Mark Briscoe.